Hello and welcome to JavaScript Marathon, a full week of free online courses in some of the leading web development technologies and concepts. Today's trainer is Anthony Fu, here to teach us about all things Vite. If you have any questions after today, feel free to follow Anthony at antfu7 on Twitter. A special thanks to this week's sponsor, This.Labs, offering personalized training programs to suit your organizational needs, ensuring you and your company stay on the leading edge. If you find keeping up with constantly evolving technologies a struggle and want to bring your team up to speed on one of the latest technologies, contact us today at hi@this.co to set up your complimentary needs assessment. This.Labs is hiring. If you're a senior software engineer or an engineering manager, send us your info at jobs@this.co. Upcoming events. We're wrapping up the year with GraphQL Contributor Days on December 7th, State of Angular Ecosystem on December 9th, State of React on December 14th, and monthly mentoring on December 15th. Also, Angular World Tour stops in Tokyo on December 1st, and React World Tour stops in Mountain View, California on the same day, December 1st. And our next event, JavaScript Marathon, will return March 14th to 18th, another week of free content. Stay tuned for more information on javascriptmarathon.com. And with that, I will turn it over to Anthony.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to JavaScript Marathon. Today we have Anthony Fu, who is, oh my gosh, Anthony, I think you're core team of Vue and core team of Vite. Is that correct?
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. And today, Anthony is going to give us a quick little training on Vite. And I'm so excited. I was telling Anthony before this started that one of my friends just ripped out the internals of Create React App and put everything in Vite. And he's like, will somebody pay me to do this? He did it at work, but he's like, this was a pretty interesting project. So I know we're mainly focusing on Vue, but Vite is a really interesting technology, and it is being used, outside of the Vue universe, which I think is really cool. And we're super excited to have you, Anthony.
Yeah, good. Yeah, certainly glad to be here.
So you can start anytime you like.
Okay. Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Just let me share my screen. Mm-hmm. So before we talk, maybe I want to do a quick introduction to Vite. So I guess many of you have already heard about that, or maybe its name. So I think the big impression of Vite is that it's super fast compared to the thing we used to have, for example, Webpack or something. So Vite is actually not a complete replacement of Webpack, but trying to solve a certain area of problems. The thing is that we want to build a dev tools mainly for the devers, so we can leverage the whole tooling system to improving the developer experience better. So I think there's a few reasons that Vite is pretty fast. So I think the first is that it's relying on the browser's native ESM support. So we don't need to bundle the files anymore. So we can serve the files on demand. Every modules in your files, in your projects will be served individually, and then we can do some transpiling during the time during on the serving, but we don't need to bundle them anymore. So the server is ready immediately, and that I will show you with some demos later. So I think and also we introduced hard module replacements using the native ESM support, and also we leverage the ESBuild, which is a tool which is which is a bundle tool written in Go in native code, being very incredibly fast compared to the tool we used to built inside of JavaScript. So I guess like maybe we can have a quick tour of like how it experienced in the real world, I guess. So like here, like you go to the get started page. So like first you can see that like this word is actually French word for quick, and it's pronounced as vite. And then like if you want to try, we can use this command like npm init vite. So like I will just copy that, and then I will just here. So yeah, sorry, my connection is a little bit low, I guess. Yeah, let me try again. Okay, yeah. So it will install a package called create Vite. So I can type my project name, like my Vite, and then like you can choose the framework you want. Maybe I can scale up a bit. So like here, like we provide some like building template for that. You can use vanilla, Vue, React, of course, and then maybe let's go for vanilla first. So for vanilla, you can choose JavaScript or TypeScript. Like Vite has the built-in support for TypeScript. Like you can just use the .ts files, and the Vite will handle them automatically. But now like just we go vanilla, like just go easy, and then like type my Vite, right? And yeah, I can just open up a VS Code here. Okay, so here that you can see that it's actually very simple, like one index file. So and one main index main.js file and a style file. Yeah, and that's all. So like you can see that in the dev dependencies, like Vite is included. So like I will install it very quick. So here mi is like for npm install, like okay, yeah, sorry for my proxy. So like you only need to have a one single Vite dependency installed, and then like we have like a few building script setups like you can use. So here that I can start the server really quick. So npm dev, npm run dev. And then like you can see that we have the server ready immediately. And then like here that you can see the content of it. So yeah, that's let me like break it down a little bit. Like you can see that we use the this one is actually kind of like if you do like npm's like server, so like we can maybe server do. So it's actually like a file server. Like you can, it's basically like the same as serve. So it's actually like when you accessing the page, then it will search for the index.html file and serve the content of it. Yeah, I don't try that if not, if it's possible. 300. No, it's not possible. Okay, here, I guess the style is not support. Yeah, like it's just like this. So so like at the minimum stage, like Vite is just like a dev server, like serving the files you want. But on top of that, it provide like, you can see that sorry, npm run dev. So here's the Vite server. So
one question somebody has is so there's no need to build a bundle in Vite. Does that mean it's server-side rendered, or how will we deploy it?
Okay, yeah, like I think Vite is serving two different modes. One is for dev and one is for build. During the dev, it is fire up as a dev server that's transpiling things along the way, on demand. And then like for build, like you can use like npm, like you can check like it's built. There's a build command for it, and on build command, like if you type npm run build, yeah, like it will build up a static page, like you can serve onto your like Netlify or other server host. And underneath of that, like Vite use rollup to bundle your app. So like it's basically like the thing like we separate the concept of the during dev and the build. So like we can leverage the full potential to provide like the best experience for both usage. Yeah. So like get back to our like demo. So you can see that if I inspect the page, so I will do a refresh. So like you can see that the sorry, I think it's for all, and here like you can see that the index page is served as is, and our main.js is also served basically as is. But like the style.css is actually transpiled into a JS modules that with the hot module replacements capability. So for example, like if I want to change the color to red, like you can see that the text is changed immediately to red. And actually like the page is actually not refreshed. It's handled by the hot module replacement. So like you can see that here that it actually like started with the WebSocket to communicate with the client. And then like you can see that there's the event of it. Yeah, not sure if you can, it's big enough. But it's basically saying that, okay, that when I save the file, so it will send up a new event for it. So like we can handle the updated. And then like for style, it will try to refresh the style modules and then like replace the original style contents of it. So like you don't need to worry about the changes in your files is immediately updated to your app. Yeah. So like so far, do you have any questions?
I think people are just generally really excited. Like, oh my God, this is awesome. It's a really beautiful experience. So yeah, and people are commenting that it's such a simple solution, which is great.
Okay. Yeah. So like this is actually the basic, and now like Vite provide a like really powerful plugin ecosystem. Like this is built on top of the rollup plugin API, which means like many of the rollup plugins are actually you can directly use them on Vite. So like we can, let me show you like we can start a view template, I guess, since like maybe view is more familiar to me. So like maybe I can create this one, and maybe this time we'll go TypeScript, I guess. So I can cd to that project, and then I will just use PNPM. But that's just a different PNPM, but maybe that'll be a little bit faster for me, but not much different here. Okay, so Okay, so so here that we have a little bit more thing here. So like you can see that on top of the Vite dependencies, we now have the Vite.js plugin view, which also we provide a React plugin called like Vite.js / plugin React, which like is for React. You can try that as well. And yeah. So here that's okay. Yeah, that means start the dev server. Okay, so here you can see that this is a Vue dev server, and then like there's a counter that you can see that in the source code here. I think it's here. I guess components hello world. Okay, yeah. So like there's a counter that hold on a ref and 0. So when we click, yeah, when we click the button, the counter will be bumped, like you can see that. And then like things like Vite has the support of hot module replacement. So like you can change anything you want, but the state will be like retained. So like you can like work on the apps and testing out, and then like change the code without losing the state of in your app, which I think is pretty cool. And yeah, most importantly, like all the things is happening instantly, right? So so this is actually like you can see that hot there's a command for it, like hot updated and the files we just changed. So so this one like Vite provide the hot module replacement capabilities, which is handled by the Vite plugins. So like with plugins nodes understand the Vue components, understand the Vue components, and it knows like when the update comes, it knows how to update the components without losing their state. Yeah, and any questions?
Not yet.
Like,
oh
yeah, like
well, there's questions for later, but Simone,
yeah.
do you want to wait till later?
Yeah, like I'm not sure, like do you have any like directions you want me to talk about, or like maybe I can showcase you how to like write a Vite plugins or something, I guess.
If I can say, the plugins was going to be one of my next questions. I know that there's a big discussion in the ecosystem about plugins and how to write them. So that will surely be something that I would love to see if it's possible.
Okay. Okay. So so I think yeah, like actually like once was mentioned about that is like you can see that things like we create a template using TypeScript. So like this file is .ts, but the app will just work. And like for example, like maybe I can say that a.int, maybe sorry, .1. Yeah, like you can see that, and I can console log it, right? So this is actually a TypeScript file with the TypeScript specific syntax. But now like you can see that on the network pages, if I refresh, this one is main.js, right? So like you can see that the TypeScript, the file is actually served in JavaScript, and the TypeScript specific syntax is being ripped off. This is powered by like ESBuild. We only do the transpiles. We like go through the files and like then like remove any syntax like TypeScript specific, like the type time. So like so that would not affect your runtimes. So like we can assuming that the type check is be done by your editor. So like if you pass a wrong type, your VS Code will just like telling you that. So like we don't need to do the type check anymore. So we don't do the we don't do the type check at a build at that time. So like you can use them, but without like sacrificing the performance. So so I guess like maybe I can like show you something that Vite is like kind of good at, I guess. So like you can see that the view plugin is providing the view functionality is providing via plugin, which is the official one, and then like we have the vite.config.js, which like exporting the config for Vite, and then like we trying to we import it and install it as a plugin. So like we can like even like write our own plugins really easy. For example, like here that's my cool plugin, I guess. And yeah, also like this one is this one is in TypeScript, so like we can have the type support. So here that I use an hook called transform, which like transform the code, transform your source code. So for example, like maybe I want to see that maybe I want to show some like the build time of our app. So for example, like when I do here hello world, right? So I just claim out like that, right? So build time. So like normally like we can use like new data, right? But that one would be like every time when we refresh the page, it will be different, but it's not like really the time that's at the build time. So like we can maybe that just plays a like a magic symbol here, and then like if you want, we can use a plugin for that. So here we go to here, the plugin here, and then like we can just simply do like the code like replace, and for the I just type a simple here, and then like new date and two string, I guess. Okay. So here that you can see that the source code being like replaced, and when I refresh the page, the time will be settled. So like it doesn't change. So this is actually like a little bit like the loader in Webpack, I think, but like providing in like much intuitive like API, which like you can do that in like 3 lines of code. Yeah, like I can see that hardcore here. So yeah, yeah, I'm sorry about the. It's a little bit like unclear to see the source code of the view components, but like you got a point. Like the code here is actually being replaced as a string. So like you can ship them with along with the build. So
does the code include all codes, even the imported packages?
Sorry?
Does the code include like even the imported packages?
Yeah, right. Like if you like doing it in another modules, like maybe here, I guess. So you can see that there's another one here. So here that's in the plugin page, like there's a code for the first argument, and then the second one is the ID of the modules. Like actually, like you can do some like type check. You can do some check like this. For example, like I can say that if the ID is end up with the view files, and we do the replacements, but we don't affect other files. So like also like you can do that by checking if it's under node modules, or if it's under specific constraints like you want. So actually like the view.
Sorry, just to follow up with that, because I think the question that was being asked was also even more specific than that. But I think one of the questions was, here you're doing this transform. Could you reach into the Vue library itself with this code from your node modules and do this translation, or is it only doing this transformation on your own code?
Yeah, you can. This would apply for all the modules like being served by Vite. So like for example, like I can log the ID here. So like if I refresh the page, you can see that there's a, so for example, like this is the Vite entry, and also like this one, you can see that this one under node modules dot Vite view.js, which is the Vue's core libraries. So like you can transform that as well if you want. Yeah, hope I understand. Hope I have answered your questions.
Yeah, I think we're all very inspired in the chat by that.
And then also, is there any specific documentation that can be shared for like any plugin?
Okay, sure. Yeah, of course. Sorry, I almost forgot it. So like you can visit like vitejs.dev to read the documentations of Vite, and also like we also have a guide to like guide you for the features we have, but most specifically, like if you are talking about the plugin APIs, there's some tip of that, and like the Vite plugin API is built on top of the raw plugin documentation, raw plugin API, which like we support all the hooks like raw support. So like you can see that of them, and we also provide some like more additional like Vue specific hook. So for example, like if you want to access the Vite server instance, you can do like configure server, and then like the Vite server will be like you can use the Vite server, and middlewares use like you can do some like you can register your own middlewares for the Vite dev server, and also like you can do some like really configure resolve. Yeah, so like you can get the whole configure object of Vite, and like you can see that plugins, and then like you can go through all the plugins installed by Vite and maybe communicate with them if you want. So these two are actually like Vite specific hooks. So, and yeah, of course, like read the documentation for more. And yeah, just talking about this, like you can see that we have a Vite plugin inspect, which is a plugin like leverage the power of, I guess, since like Vite is actually a dev server, right? So since it's a server, we can do like much more than just a bundler. So like I can just install it really quick here to show you a bit, I think. Yeah, sorry, my network is pretty weird recently. I don't know why. Let's do it again. Okay, yeah, it's worked. So here that we just like import inspect from sorry, inspect, and then like we just install a plugin like this. So did I? Okay. So we just restart the server again. So like you can see that this is the page we used to see, and then like for now, like there's another entry called inspect, which is /.inspect. You can see. So here that we can see that this is all the modules we have currently. And then like if you see that, maybe we just talk about the hello world view, right? So here is the source code here, and then this one is being compiled by the Vite plugin, the Vue plugins, and then like you can see that this one is the plugins I just written. So like you can see the build time here, the the underscore build, and now like it's being replaced by the times we just injecting it. So like you can see that every step of it. So like the same modules being transpiled by different plugins each step. Like you can see that this is import analyzed. So this one is actually being transformed the node specific import into the, like you can see that the view being replaced by the absolute path that's browser understand. So that one, that browser will request that modules instead of the view, which is not clear that's where it's come from. So like you can see that our plugin, our own plugin is actually applied after the view one, right? So like maybe you want to like apply it first. So like you can, one thing like you can do is of course like moving it up to the up to before the view. Yeah, so I think here. So yeah, you can see that. So like we are now like transform the view file first, and then like the view file being passed into the view plugin. And also like if you don't have access to that, or like maybe you maybe that one, like you will need to tell the user of your plugins to like always put your plugins before view. But like we are also providing an API called like enforce. Like you can do like pre. So like this one will always being applied before other plugins. Like for example, like even I put my plugins under view, but like after we resolve it, it's still on top of view, since like we do the enforce pre. But also like you can do like post. So like it will be always after other plugins. So like, yeah, so like you can see that this the inspect plugin is like, because of Vite is a dev server, we can like retrieve the intermediate state of Vite and then like serve it as a web page, like you can play with and debug with. So like you can see that we also provide a tree mode. Like you can see the relationship of each modules, and then like checking out the source code of each. And if you want to see that, yeah, this is actually a very minimum example here. So like the file doesn't have much, but like you can, when the project grows, like you can have a clear state to see that why the modules is relying on each other or something. So yeah. So so I think maybe let's see. So on top of the Vite, I build many Vite plugins. So here that I have opinions Vite templates, which is for Vue. like I put many plugins I made and also the tools I kind of enjoying into a starter template, like providing like for example like file-based routing and component auto importing and other stuff for Vue and for Vue on Vite. So like maybe I can show you a little bit. So here. So I will type D for npm run dev, just my local alias. So yeah. So yeah, as you can see that this one is my template, and then like you can toggle the dark or something. So so like things like we can do many transformations or like kind improving to the sorry to applications. We can do some like, for example, like component auto importing. So for example, like I'm not very sure like in React, but like in Nux, like we have a Nux components libraries that you can put components under the components folders, and then like you can use them directly inside of other apps. So inside of other components. So yeah, let me check. Okay, here. Okay, I guess it's in the layout, I guess. So here that's we just import the footer components which we define here. So like before we do the auto importings, we may want to like doing the script and the import footer from like this. Like you got my points, right? Like footer view, and then like you want just export default and components here. Like you need to do that in order to have Vue understand you are importing a component from other files. So that one would be like time consuming to do, and also like if you change the file name of each, like you need to change all the occurrence of these components every time. Like for example, like I just want to import these components. I actually like type the name of this component 4 times duplicated, like here in the import path and in the registrations. But now like with the component auto importing, which is providing by unplugging, I guess here, which is provided by these Vite plugins. Like we can just install it and enjoy, like you can use the components, and also like it's being the type inference is also like works directly. And also I think the other one might be cool is that might also benefit for React devs is that the API auto importing. So like for in Vue, that since like the Vue introduced the Vue composition APIs, we have many like utilities functions. For example, Riff, computed, watch, or something like we need to import from Vue, and similarly like use states in React hooks. So instead of like typing each time, since like we can like injecting them during the build time. So like we just do the transform, like we can scan the code and injecting the transform for it. So you can see here, maybe let me find an example. Not here. Yeah, maybe this one. Like you can see that the watch effect is not imported, but like since it's from Vue, so like we can use directly. So like you can see that this also got its type, defined pops, and user routers is from Vue routers, and you can just use them. And to the Vite config, you can see that here the components, like the components plugin is installed here, and the auto import is installed here. So like we can define, like we can do auto import from view routers, view ITM, something like that. So I think that's I think the current state of this templates is like the thing that I kind really enjoying doing using it, since like we can really like focusing on the logic of our app inside of the scaffolding code for our templates, from our templates or from our build tools. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, and also like just mentioning that this one is actually called unplugins, which is used to be like Vite plugins auto import. But then like for unplugins, we are trying to unify the plugin APIs between Vite and Rollup and Webpack. So like you can write plugin once and then like make it work for both Vite and Webpack. So like you can so like we made this auto import plugins also work for Webpack, and previously the components auto importing is also working for Webpack and Vue CLI. Yeah. Any questions so far?
Is that how does the auto importing of component works? Is it like based on some
okay.
Is it like you assume that the components are in the components directory and you search it, or is it like gonna work whenever we place that component in the tree structure?
Yeah, right. Good questions. So so like it's more like a convention, like if you put components under certain directory, and we use it's kind of similar to like Nuxt.js or like Next.js too. Like we use file system as the convention, and then like we kind of scan for the components under certain directory, like which you can configure, but like default is the source/components. And then like to see that how we do that, we can. Yeah, sorry, not sure why. Oh, I didn't install the inspect plugin here. Oh, okay, here. Okay. So yeah, to show you like how we do that, I can do the inspect here. So for example, like the file we do is the default layout, default view. And then like you can see that this template is being compiled into the following code. I'll just zoom out a bit. Yeah. So so actually the components being resolved as the dot the dash resolve components functions. Like in this plugins, we kind of replace it. Sorry, where is the code? Okay, yeah. Sorry, let me restart the server. Maybe there's some glitch. Okay. Okay, yeah. Here's the diff. So like we just like replace the resolve components functions into a real import here, that we kind of injecting the import from the real files and replace as it is. So like and that's it for this plugin to do. So this one we kind of achieve the auto importing functionalities, and also like we save the runtime cost for resolving the components during the runtime. We just directly import it. So yeah, and also like for 41, I think maybe for home. Not here. Oh, where did I put pages index? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can see that for the auto import, we kind of scan for the usage of it, of each functions, and then like we injecting like import these APIs from view and import this API from view routers, and that's all. This is actually like very basic, but like huge improvement to the developer experience.
And does the auto import handle somehow if there are name conflicts?
Yeah, like
for example, ref is a very generic name for something to be auto imported. So I've seen that you configure the packages from which you can auto import.
Yeah, right. Like you can configure the package that you want to do the auto import here. So like if there is a conflict between like two packages, it will warn you, and if you choose to ignore it, the later one will be the later one will be override the previous one.
That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like in the usage, like if you import it explicitly, like it will like ignore the auto import will ignore that. For example, like if you like import ref from the other modules, then like the auto import will not work. Will ignore it and respect your choice.
Thank you.
So, any other questions or like anything you want me to talk about?
I can ask Mark's question. Mark had a question in chat. He said, can you use Vite in React Native and Expo?
Actually, I'm not very like familiar with React Native, so like I don't really sure if I'm good to answer it. But like I'm not very sure like difference between React and React Native, but like in React it works perfectly, and like I see many projects in the community like moving to the create app to the Vite for like maybe within like 2 hours or like an afternoon of the migrations, and
that's so
the
cool.
developer experience is huge.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, and you can play with that. I think we have the online one, which is powered by like Stackblaze here. Yeah, but my network is not very good. But like you can play with it inside your browser to like have a quick preview of it, and yeah, maybe I'm not the good one to like talk about React, but you can definitely give it a try if you're interested.
Have you heard of somebody trying to do like auto importing of some, I don't know, Rust packages using WebAssembly and doing that automatically on the fly?
Yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Like maybe we can give a shot to see what it will be.
I just worry that it would defeat the purpose of Vite being fast.
Yeah,
because that requires a lot of work.
Yeah, I think we do have some awesome support, but Yeah, like you can directly use import WebAssembly modules in Vite. Things like we kind of like Vite is kind of like specific on the web development instead of like Webpack is trying to like be a bundle, like can bundles anything like to any target. Vite pick only like the dev tool, the web dev parts. So like we kind of shipped many conventions like being proved by the communities. For example, like we handle CSS natively, and then like if you import the CSS, it will be shipped along with the modules, and in the build times it will be emitted as a concrete CSS files. Like that's it. Just like it will just work, and also like it will handle static aesthetic. You can import static. You can import an image as a URL, and also like you can specific which type you actually want. Like if you want to as a role, you can do that or something. Yeah. If you want, like you can definitely like check out the docs. Oh yeah, here is the React app running on Vite. So just like the view, like this one is, I think is also like how the module replacements are everywhere. So like you can retain the state. Yeah, and also like if you want PWA, like I also made this plugin called like Vite plugin PWA. Like you can install it and enjoy the PWA on build. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, right. So like if you want to check like all the plugins available, like we have awesome Vite repos, like listing the package, and there's also like the templates like built by people with some pre-configured things, like for example Electron or something here, and also like for Vue 2, for React, for Svelte, and also like here is the plugins for each framework. Like this one is a framework agnostic plugin that will works for any framework you use, and also like there's a few framework specific plugins here that you can check them out. And also rollup plugins, we have a page that's testing out the compatibility of the rollup plugins in Vite, and I think most of them are just compatible, and some of them are already handled by Vite natively. Like this one is actually covered. So like Vite understand HTML, so like you don't need the HTML rollup plugin for it. So some of them might need to have some you need to like working with some like configure for it. For example, like here, that's for the older, like you may want to like have an enforced pre for that. But like this one is the list that we check all the rollup plugins that are being compatible with Vite. So you can check them out. And also this one is the list here. Yeah, and also like there's a lot of, I think there's many meta framework built on top of Vite. So for example, maybe Svelte Kit, which is the new Svelte dev tooling, which is now built on top of Vite. And also Nux is also supporting, Nux 3 is also supporting both Webpack and Vite as the dev engine. Like you can switch as you want. And I think Astro, the static site generator providing partial hydration is now like moving from Snowpack to Vite. And yeah, I think also here that we have a few of them listed here. Like you can check out.
There's one question is, would Vite still be helpful for using with Node or a project where you don't have HTML and CSS files?
Yeah, like, I guess like Vite is choosing this, like focusing on web development. So like maybe I guess the best tool for Node.js development might still be like Webpack or Rollup. And like definitely like if you want to do that, I think Vite also providing some capability of that. But like, yeah, I will just show you. So library mode. Okay, library mode. So here that you can still use Vite to like generating some libraries being consumed by like npm or like Node. So like here you can see here is the config, and then like this one you can leverage the Vite plugins to do that, to handle to handle your need. Yeah, but generally like I would suggest to like pick whatever to pick the tools like maybe better for this job, I guess. But if you want to like build a playground or something, like maybe Vite will be really good to like importing your source code, your library source code directly, and handles HTML for you, and you can directly see the change of it. But for build, I guess maybe Go is the bundler, I guess.
When you're using, in your experience using Vite, I mean, I know it's actually remarkably mature for as young as it is in the grand scheme of things. But yeah. What are the edge cases or the rough parts that you bump into most often when using it? And then how do you usually work around that? Is that usually with plugins or, like just so for people when they start playing with it, they kind of know like what problems they maybe are typical that they'll encounter and how they should look to fix it.
Okay. Yeah, I think things like Vite will have two different modes for like dev and build. Since like in dev, like the whole ESM interpretation is relying on browser implementation. Yeah, and like there could be some misalignments between dev and build, which maybe you need to have an eye on that. This is more like a problems on Vite 1.0. Since like at that time we use different plugin system for dev and build, but now like in Vite 2.0, which is now, we kind of normalize the plugin system to use the rollup API. We should in dev we mock up plugin containers for rollup and call the hooks at the build time for each modules. So with Vite 2.0, I think the misalignments is really like the possibility you will face that misalignments is actually very low, but also like still like maybe you'd better to get some like real world testing for it before shipping to the productions as well. And also I think most of the bug you may most of the problem you might face, you can. I think that's why I built this inspector, that you can see what is actually going on during each module transformations. Maybe you can see that this one is not mistransformed. So like you can see that which plugin is affecting that, and maybe you can check the source code of them. And also, if you don't need this, I think since like every module is served individually, like it's actually transparent enough to see that what is going on to the browser, and that I think that way is far way a better debugging experience compared to Webpack, which I don't actually know like how to debug in Webpack for each modules. Yeah, but maybe it's my lack of experience, but I think Vite is providing like a really great experience to see that, or in a fine grain to see what is going on.
Great, thank you.
There's another question. Is Vite handling tree shaking on production build?
Yeah, right. It's the production is powered by Rollup, and like we have some custom plugins and setup on top of that, but you can leverage the whole. I think the whole benefit of Rollup. So like, of course, the tree shaking.
There's another question which I think I know the answer to, but if there's a huge project that's already based on Webpack, do you recommend switching to Vite, or should it be used for new projects only?
Yeah, I guess that really depends, like how you like doing the trade-off, I guess. Things like for Webpack, there's some like Webpack specific logic that's Vite is intentionally like not going to cover that. Vite is like trying to like cover like 99% of the usage that we kind of switched about for the web development. But like maybe some of the Webpack logic, or like for load Webpack plugins or modules, that would not be like not really possible to Vite. So it really depends like how big the project you are, and how willing that you want to do the switch. And also like I also see that some projects is doing something like they use Vite for development and then like use Webpack for production. So like you can keep the Webpack productions and then like configure Vite to providing better developer experience. I think maybe that could be a like progressive way to go, I think.
And then there's another question is, will library support for Angular in the future, or is that planned at all?
For a what? Sorry?
Angular, for Angular.
For Angular?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not very sure about that. I think things like Angular would be a little bit tricky, since like it trying to providing their own tooling, which is not really compatible with Vite. But yeah, I'm not sure. But I think there are some people in the committee are working on that. But I'm not sure what's the progress, and maybe it's not right now.
Sounds like there's some good opportunities for folks.
Yeah, right.
Well, I remember when Angular switched from Angular CLI, I don't remember what they were before, but they switched to Webpack very early on when the CLI was still in alpha beta mode. And, Sean Larkin did the conversion. So all we need is somebody to basically like just rip out everything in Angular and, use Vite.
Yeah, right. That's
so
really
easy.
Something to. Yeah, and also like, just talking about that, there are some integrations to the backend. So like you can use Ruby on Rails with Vite and use Laravel with Vite, something like this. Like this is a really cool project. Like you can check them out. Maybe that could be like it'll be helpful to like build the Angular version of the Vite version of Angular, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the last of the questions in the chat. Yeah, thank you so much for answering all the questions, Anthony. It's there are so many. I think people got really inspired by the plugins, especially, and just how simple and easy a tool Vite is. I think that's amazing. And now everybody knows that it's called Vite, not Vite or Vite, or but it's good to know the origin, that it's from the French word. I think that helps people.
Yeah, we also try to like provide the voice link.
Yes.
Like you can click in our page.
Yes, thank you.
Here.
Well, awesome. Do you have anything else for us?
Yeah, I think that's kind of for me. Like, yeah, I'm happy to answer like if you have any more questions.
Yeah. No, I think that's all. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. Anthony, where do we find you online?
Like, you can find me on GitHub at ANTFU, and also like on Twitter is ANTFU7.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So if we have any questions, we can definitely ping you on that. And I hope to see more of you folks out there talking about Vite and using it and trying it out, and maybe the Angular folks will get inspired and start building some stuff around that. So thank you so much for this training.
Yeah, thank you so much.